I can barely function. Thought I was crazy. I always just thought it was normal to have such severe emotions. Just my body image and sense of self-worth is not very good right now. I'm so bloated and I feel very self-conscious and honestly miserable. But it's been hard. I'm sweating right now. Oh my god. Hi. Welcome back to Wisa Wellness, where we strive for progress, not perfection. I'm a registered nurse who is trying to focus on her journey of health, wealth, and happiness. And on today's video, I come to you not super happy, but I struggle with PMDD, and that's also known as premenstrual dysphoria disorder. It is essentially like premenstrual symptoms, but on steroids is what I've seen or heard other people say. It's just a very severe form of PMS. Honestly, I was so close to not uploading a video this week, but I thought it might be helpful to have something in real time to maybe show people what PMDD could look like. I'm sure it's different for everybody, but this is for me, and maybe it'll help somebody out there. So, I was diagnosed with PMDD by my gynecologist maybe 5 years ago. It's been a while. I'm not sure exactly what year. However, I think I never really took it seriously. Even though I was diagnosed about 5 years ago, I don't think I ever took it super seriously for myself, and it's not to blame anybody, but just the circumstance I was in, it felt like nobody else was taking me seriously, so I always tried to just sweep it under the rug and just kind of bear it and just deal with it. But it's been hard. I always just thought it was normal to feel this way because it's all I know, or all I knew. You normally feel the symptoms of PMDD or notice the symptoms around 2 weeks before the start of a period. However, my menstrual cycle has always been pretty abnormal, so it's one of those things where it was just really hard for me to manage, I think, or keep track of, because I would just have these crazy bursts of emotions, but they weren't really predictable either because my periods were never consistent. This year I've been really trying to focus on my health, and it's coming to a place where I'm actually having the most consistent periods I've had, I think, in all my life. This cycle has been particularly eye-opening for me, and really difficult. So typically for me, I do just wake up one day and I just feel irrationally angry at the world, and I just don't feel like myself. It's gotten to a point where, when I catch myself feeling this way, I check my period tracker. And for example, for this period, I was, I believe, 13 days away. So it kind of gave me a sense of, okay, this tracks with how I normally feel before my period. At least it gave me a sense of relief and understanding of what's going on with my body, rather than in past years, I just really thought I was crazy. Anyway, it's a shame because you have the answer now, but you look back on like past experiences and it's hard to make sense of it all. It's like fallouts you've had with friends and things like that. I feel very detached from myself right now, unpresentable, and honestly miserable. A part of me thought, you're making a YouTube video, you should go shower and put on makeup to do this. And just the thought of that, I know if I had that expectation for myself, I wouldn't be recording right now. I haven't washed my hair in like a week. I watched a YouTube video by Dr. Tracy Marks, and she goes into detail about PMDD. It's not super well known by a lot of providers, and the statistic that she used was about 10% of women do struggle with this. She also provided a monthly mood record, so I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to just go over the symptoms on the mood record and check off the ones that I'm currently struggling with and experiencing. It is my first day of my menstrual cycle today, and I am experiencing emotional lability, mood swings, and rejection sensitivity. I definitely felt that a lot this week. Irritability, anger, and conflicts. Just, I think, yesterday or the day before, I got into a huge fight, and to the point where the person said to me, "I don't even recognize you right now." And depressed mood, put self down, feeling hopeless. Yes to all that. I have been just laying in bed really depressed and sleeping a lot, and my sense of self-worth right now is just like down the toilet. I laugh. I don't really think it's funny. I just use humor as a defense mechanism. I have experienced severe anxiety, a lot of tension, and keyed up was a new term for me, so I looked it up, and that's either being really excited or nervous, particularly before an event. I ended up canceling plans, and I feel terrible about it, but I just can barely get myself out of bed and barely getting myself to eat or drink water. I can barely function, and that stinks. I do have less interest in things. I've been enjoying going to the gym, and when the symptoms started, that just totally fell off, and it's been really hard to get back into it and be consistent. Poor concentration, check. I have been trying so hard to be present at work, and I'm fortunate enough that the timing of it right now isn't going to be detrimental to me at my job, but if I keep this up, I'm so scared to lose it. Low energy, a lot of low energy. Basically, all I've been doing today is just laying in bed watching Netflix. Changes in appetite and food cravings. I haven't really had cravings. It's more of I've had more of the urge to eat, but also when I do eat, I feel terrible about it. Just my body image and sense of self-worth is not very good right now. I'm so bloated and I feel very self-conscious. I've been sleeping more, and even when I get more sleep, I just feel like I could use more sleep. Before my onset of symptoms, I was getting up consistently really early in the morning and being productive, and now I just snooze my alarm up until the very, very last minute. Sense of overwhelm and feeling out of control. Yes, and yes, I feel so overwhelmed, and I don't feel control in my life. I know realistically I am very fortunate, and I think I'm on the right track of where I want to be, but it feels very defeating and hopeless, and I just feel like an empty shell of a human. I have experienced breast tenderness, muscle and joint pain, and bloating. I'm running out of battery, so I better speed this up. So now that I have health insurance now, I'm going to look into getting better treatment and looking for more treatment options that are available to help me manage this, because it's really, really debilitating as far as just feeling like a functioning person. And yeah, honestly, the thing that got me up from bed to film this is the thought of helping somebody out there who might be going through the same thing as me. Maybe they're unaware that they're going through this, and it could give them some answers, or maybe give them a start to looking for answers, or maybe this will help somebody else out there who has a loved one struggling with PMDD and can give them a bit more insight and understanding for how that person might be feeling. It's hard. So if you're struggling with this or have a loved one, please stay kind and patient with yourself and or them. You didn't choose this. It's not your fault. And you're not alone. So if you have any questions, my battery died. So that's going to be today's video. I'm sorry my energy levels are this low. It's what I got to work with right now, and thank you for understanding. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.